Hello and welcome to Rather Be Board Gaming. I'm Nathan, and I have today Creature Comforts. Now I have played this a few times, 2-player, 3-player. Really enjoy it. Gonna dig into the solo play that is right here in the book. Now it does require, and I've already done this, that you remove these 3 potential end guests because they deal with multiplayer issues and stuff. So we'll just take those out and we will shuffle these. Not a problem. We are going to prepare to get cozy for this coming winter, right? And I have wood and mushrooms are, of course, usually found in the woods. So put that there. Apples can kind of be either. And then over here in the fields, you usually get the wheat and the wool. So I have those just off camera since the board goes this way. Now, in a solo mode, it does recommend that you play the full length game. So mix these up just randomly and do the same here. There we go. And I'm doing this backwards, but that's okay. They recommend spring on bottom, summer, fall, flip the whole stack over. I'm just going to flip them over one at a time, the same that I will do here with the end guests. Not a big deal. Now, this is a bit of a problem. I've got the page here because you try to go for your high score and it gives you a title at the end, which is kind of cool. It tells you what kind of creature comforter you are. But it says here in the improvement deck you need to remove the barrel, sauna, guest, cottage, herb garden, spinning wheel, writing desk. Because those say gain points by the number of cards that these players have built. Whether it be like clothing, food, whatever, stuff like that. So it's interactive. But then also it says remove 1 copy of each other improvement because there is 2 copies of everything in here. But in a normal game, you can only ever build 1 of each type. But I'm not going to worry about that. I am simply going to mix those, put this here, and as I draw them out, if I get one that the book tells me, I'm going to leave it right here close by. If the book tells me, hey, take those out, then I'll just slide them off camera, and then I'll mix them all back in at the end. Don't really need the one, the first player early bird gets the worm token, but it's kind of cute. Thought I'd show you that. So I got my plus minus. If you don't make your roll, then you can get one of these. It's a lesson learned, they call it. And you learned your lesson, you didn't do well, but then you can adjust a die later. Then I've got these. Oops, missed one. And if you're wondering about the inserts and such I do believe I have a DIY on that you can watch. And I will be using this probably for the most part. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I get goods, I can just do that. Keeps me from having to reach over there and get the goods all the time. Now I do get to start with 3 cards, choose 2, and discard the other. But we will go ahead and put the rest of these right here, where they are close by for where they're needed. So I'm going to go ahead and do this umbrella. Don't believe that was one of those. The field. The spinning wheel, that was one. For instance, it says, for every clothing item owned by all other players. So that is why, since we are playing solo. Recipe book. Let me turn this around like this. Make it easier on myself. the scale, the pattern book. Don't need another pattern book. And the wild wood. Ooh, that's good. Do I need that though? So, don't see any of these listed. Alright. And I think, oh, and I need to put this out here in a random. There we are. And I think I am ready to go. I will try to explain what's going on as I'm playing in case you don't know all the rules. And, and then hopefully I can get going into the game. But let me start by showing my starting cards here. So I have a rocking chair. While I have these up, let me get this to focus. Come on, camera. Rocking chair. So that is 2 points if you also have a quilt. So it's worth 5 if I build the rocking chair. But I also get more if I have a quilt, and there's a quilt. So that's, and a quilt by itself is 7. Because stories take a while to build up. They're usually a little bit harder. It takes a little bit of money and some wool. And then the wool for the padding and 3 wood. 3 wood's not going to be hard. So that right there would be 14 points. That's not bad. And then you got the board game. And you get plus 1 point for each other board game and toy comfort you have. Now, I would love to do that. This right here is just a wild. Pretty sure that means a wild. But with these two matching, I'm almost certain I've got to discard this one. And I don't see any more board game or toys here. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going with the board games this board game playthrough. And just a quick note, this means wild, any good. And sometimes when you go to the end, you might see an equal sign or a not equal sign or whatever. It can be any good that you can harvest, but that is not the stories that you build up along the way. That is not money that you can earn, and that is not the lessons learned. I usually keep these here because this is where you can get them and spend them a lot of times, but I'll put those here. So just remember, these 3 are not goods. Now the rocks are good. You can gather rock stones at the river, and they have the other goods there. So that is what that symbol means if you see it. Now I've been studying some of these cards, and for instance, the field and the wildwood would be great to get early on. I will show you this. This right here simply means you cannot use the white dye that are used by everyone. You must use your family color dye to go here. But if somebody else goes there, you get a resource also. But it's a good way to guarantee to get some resources. But my cards, I'm not really needing. I'm not going food, so I don't know if I'm gonna need much wheat and stuff. So I'm looking at the pattern book that can increase all of my clothing if I go with clothing. Scale's always good too. Now the umbrella would be great, increasing your family color dye by 1 or 2, but it takes 2 money, and we have no money right now. So let's start off with seeing what we have here. So there's some wool. Ooh, there's a story. So go ahead and get a story, and lots of wood, lots of mushrooms. And then let's see who is going to be at the end today. So, all month long, after visiting the owl's nest, you may search through the discard pile and claim 1 comfort of your choice. This is in addition to the comforts that you gain normally for the visit. Ooh. What this is saying is the owl's nest. When you come down here, if you come to get a card this month, then you can search the discard pile. Now, unfortunately, I only have 1 discard pile card, but still, you get to get a card for free. I could take this card back, and then if I visit here, you can actually discard cards. You can discard a card right here, 1 card, and you can do it at max 2 times to get any 2 goods you want. Or here you could discard 2 cards once to get a coin and a story. So that would be pretty interesting, especially because I know I'm probably not going to go for this. And I don't see, well, the socks, but the socks are all the way at the end, so I could be safe with that. So I could get me some money and a story early on, but if you notice, it needs a 6. So the board is set up, ready to go. So I have to start off by rolling my dice and plan where I want to put those before I roll these dice, just like in a multiplayer game. Now in a multiplayer game, these are rolled. The first player takes them, places them out, does their actions, puts them back. Then the next player takes them and adds them with their dice and such. Now, I think what I'm going to do is use my 2 and go here. Well, I don't do it now, but I'm wanting to go there because if I go with a 1 or a 2 here, put my worker, I'm going to stand them down like this right here. Okay? Here's the little circle showing I'm going here. But if I use a 1 or 2, I can get 2 cards. I just draw them blindly here, which is fine because I want to go here. Plus, I'll get a free card. So who knows? Maybe I'll get 2 board games. I might even change my entire starting strategy. So I know I'm going to be able to do that. But can we go up here? I need a 2 to get a story. I need exactly a 2. So maybe I could get a 1 or a 2 to roll here and go there. Now I do know I'm going to need 2 wool. So I need 2 dice that add up to 8. And I have a 5. I think I should be able to do that. So let's go there. And it's just off camera, unfortunately. So let me just slide those down. I tell you what, I'm going to get rid of this as well. It's pretty neat, but it's unnecessary. It's also printed right there on the board. So let's move this down so we can see the rewards we are getting. There. Would like to go here to try and take advantage of that. To try and get a story and a coin. It'd be a good way to get a coin. And then 2 dice over 5. So this would be 2 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that would be the way to go. Because I have 4 dice here and my 2 dice. So now we roll these. And in a that's a lot of high numbers. Now in a multiplayer game, everybody would use these 4 dice and then they would use their 2 family dice. So anytime you see on a card a symbol that has like a white meeple crossed out or something like that, like for instance the wildwood in the field, that means you can't use the white dice, you must use your family dice. And that's all that means. Well, so I unfortunately do have to go here. I can draw 2 cards off the top, and because of this visitor I can pick up this discard card for free. Let's see, I also have a lamp and I have a pot of tea. So yeah, nothing. Let's see, that's food. Ooh, and that's an expensive one. +7 if you store exactly 2. Wow. If you can get 2 stories there, you can get 11 points for that. But I think we may have to pass on that. This one wouldn't be too bad. Plus, it gets a bonus if you have a rocking chair. So I think we're going to end up keeping this one. We're going to be getting rid of these 2, hopefully, here at the market. Now, this person will come home. Why did I do that? I'm not finished placing all my dice. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Okay. Well, let's put a 6 right here with this person. And we want total of 5 or lower. This is bad. I'm not going to get anything I wanted. Maybe I should have gone here. Well, I do not have 2 dice with a total of 5 or lower. No, it's not. Wait, that's not added. Okay, I do have 2 dice with the 5 or lower. Boom. These 2. but I don't have 2 dice to add up to 8. So I've already resolved this one. So let's resolve this one. Anytime you use a white die, you would put it back on the hillside for the next player. Pull my worker home. And since I used a 6, I'm going to discard those 2 cards that I did not want to keep. And I will get a coin and a story. So there's one of the stories I needed. Right there. Now I need to get some more stuff going. I can go here. I have 2 dice that are 5 or lower. It says total 5 or lower. Let me double check because this one does not have a plus symbol like that one does. So let me double check if I'm doing this correct. And of course I was correct the first time. It does say total, even though it does not have the plus. It means that these 2 dice must total less than 5. Where here, these 2 must add to exactly 8. I don't know why they just didn't go this plus this less than sign 5. Or less than or equal to. But oh well. So, since this person failed to have the dice roll I wanted, they will get a lesson learned. Unfortunate. And this one as well. Now this will go here. This will come back here. That will come back. This one here will come back with a lesson learned. So first turn of the game was pretty horrible for me. Or the first die placement. Now that we're at the end of my turn, I have the chance to build some cards, but I don't quite have the goods. I did not get the wool I needed to build my quilt. So then I count my cards. I have 3. I'm safe. I do not have to discard down at this moment. So then we will discard that and slide down. Let's see what we get. Some preserves. The umbrella will go away. We'll slide these down. And let's see what we get here. Another wild wood, so that goes here. Oh, some of these cards are turned sideways. A field. My cards are not all facing the same way. I hate that. Guest cottage. Is that one of the ones it said to get rid of? Let's see. Guest cottage. Yep. Goes away. Scale. We already have a scale. Spinning wheel. Oh my goodness. The barrel. Sauna. Recipe book is right here, so we can get rid of it. Wheelbarrow. Okay. There we go. Now these are done. Let's see what we have now. 2 stories and a coin. This has to be consecutive. It's a die, then a +1 die, and a +1 die. But that is possible. Then we need a 5 and a 6. The way I rolled last time, that might be possible. Now let's see who this guest is going to be. It says all month long. All improvements and comforts cost 1 less wood than displayed on their cards. Ooh, okay. So if you want to make an improvement to your house, it'll cost 1 less wood, or a comfort if you want to build a comfort. Alright, so I start off by rolling my dice, and then I will pause and have a little think. And one thing I forgot to do during upkeep, I sometimes do this, is I need to turn this until these lines match up. So let's just turn it once, like this. So my first worker, I think I will go here. I need a 1 or a 6. Then I think let's go here, because if I get lucky, I can build the scales. Now I would love to go here, but it's going to take too many dice. So let's go here, and then let's go here for the last one because it only requires 1 die. Who knows? I might get lucky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait a minute. That only takes 5 dice. So do I go for... I would rather have this anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 die. So make sure when you're playing you always count, unless you just want to try for a really big spot that's hard and you know that you might fail, and you're like, if I fail, then I can do the rest of them. But if I get it, then I'll just fail one of the others. You can always choose to fail and get your tokens. Now, I do not have to use these tokens right now because I need to roll these dice. So technically, these would be here during the planning phase. All players would do that. Now, don't have a 5 or a 6, which is unfortunate. So I'm not going to do this. Now, I could use this 4 or this 4 and turn it into a 5, 6, but then I have no 5. So this is going to be a fail. So I'm going to go ahead and put this token here. I cannot believe how poor this is going for me. This is awful. But I can do this. So I will take an apple and some wool. And that is very lovely. And let's see. Really need some rocks. And this is unfortunate. Because that needs exactly a 1 and a 2. So I'm going to have to use either 2 pluses to get a 6 or 2 minuses to get a 1. But I really need to. So I'll just use the 2 minuses to get a 1 to get 2 stones. So this guy's going to gather 2 stones. And I said I was just going to use my little thing, but I'm not really using it. In one player, I'm probably not going to run out of goods. And I've got so much I'm trying to keep up with, it'd probably be better if I did not try to do that. So these get spent. He comes back home. This one here was successful, and I've already grabbed the goods. I'm doing stuff out of order, sorry. This person failed, so they come home. And this person here. Now, it says, it has a question mark here. It's probably hard to see from the camera. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they all have like a plus symbol. So you need a 1 or higher to build this one. A 2 or higher to climb up the ladder and build this one. So I'll just use the 3 because all I need is the 3. Really. But I could have used either one of these 4s to build the scale. Now, if you notice, the scale requires a wood to build. It says 2 stone or 2 pebbles and a wood, but the woodpecker is going to allow us to use 1 less wood. So for 2 stone, I can build this. Now, these improvements, you must have the resources to build it immediately when you pull this card into your hand and set it here. Some of them I would say set next to the table, whatever. And then you start at the bottom. It has a little arrow that goes up. I will put this here, showing that I have built that. I own it. You must pay for this immediately. These you can hold in your hand up to 3 cards until you have the resources. And so this person is done, and they will come home, and then I just return the dice, and now it's upkeep. Now, this bottom card will still be discarded. I got to try to remember that was a field. Then these will all slide down, and let's see what we get. Tool shed, is that one of the get rid of? Nope. Herb garden we get rid of. Writing desk we get rid of, says other players. And the almanac. Okay. Ooh, you gain 1 almanac token. And you treat it as a permanent lesson learned, which you may use once per month. Oh, wow. So you would have this book, and you could use it once a month. Oh, that's pretty cool. Never had that in my games played so far. All right. Spin this wheel. This visitor goes by. These go by. So let's see what we have now. We have some apples. And we have some wood. Finally got some wood there. All we need is a total of 11 or higher with any number of dice. And 7 or higher with 2 dice. That shouldn't be too bad. See the visitor. It says immediately in turn order, each player places a coin from the supply in a different location this month. These locations provide the coin in addition to what they show. And then you discard the coin at the end of the month. That's a common raven. So basically, I need to figure out somewhere I definitely want to go. That coin would come in handy. I do need one more apple. I probably should have built the quilt, but I'm going to need a lot of wood too. But I'm going to need one more apple. So do I go for the 7 or higher? Because I need one more wool. Yeah, I think I'll put the coin here. I'm going to try to do that. And it says immediately. So you're supposed to do that before you roll the family dice. So I will roll those now. Oh, I don't think I discarded the... Sorry, I got ahead of myself there. Ooh, and I got some more clothing. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Rolled all high early and all low now. Let's see. Change a coin into a card and a lesson learned. 1 week per coin. Wow. I didn't get the wheat field. Or get a book, a story for a coin. I really need another coin, so I think I'm going to have to hold off on that. Alright, I really have to hope I roll 7 or higher on 2 dice. So, now let's see. I really want to get this. Can I build? I do have the stuff to build it now. So, let's go with this, the pattern book. I only need a 2 or higher, and I already have a 2. And where else? Let's get some good. So it's 1, 2, 3 dice. Let's go 4, 5, and I think we'll go here. And we do have one lesson learned, and I'll tell you why I'm going there in a moment. This is not looking good, folks. Not looking good. Alright. And I did get some high numbers. Thank goodness. So, I can use any number there, and I can use a 2 here. So let's see. I need a 3 and a 4. Well, that's not good. I need exactly a 3 and a 4. That's going to give me 3 goods. I can always get the almanac next turn. So let's see. If I do this, I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do anything here. And I only have one of these. So I have no way of getting a 4. Wow. Really? This is awful. I don't think I've ever had this much bad luck. So I will go ahead and do this. And it looks like this person's going to get a lesson learned. Because I don't have, because I don't have the dice to pull that off. But let's start here. We have 2 dice that total 7 or higher, so this person was successful. They will get the extra coin. Now technically this would stay here and eat to remind every player at the table that, hey, you get a coin if you go here. I'm just going to go ahead and take this one because I'm the only player, and I will get my wool. That was pretty good, getting that much money. Then I will go here, and I will build the pattern book. And I must immediately pay the wool, an apple, and a story. Alright. Then this comes off, and that is more points for me. Oops. There we go. Now this person is gone to the market. Now if you remember, I built the scale last turn, and it says right here that when you visit the market, you may first make 1 trade of any item for any item, then you do the regular rates. So I can do a free trade action. Now I don't have, unfortunately, did not get any mushrooms or apples. So I don't know if I really want to trade because I really need this. I really need to keep that. That was unfortunate. Maybe I should have gone here. I might would have been successful with the 2 6s. Oh, that's awful. So, do I want to trade money for an item? I don't know. I do need an extra wool. The coin is more expensive. If you want to think of it as points, this is like, I think these are 2 points. This is 1 point, and the other goods are like 1 for 3 of them equal 1 or something like that. I had to look it up. But I think I am going to, at the top, I'm going to spend 1 coin and get 1 wool. And so now I have all the wool I need to build my items. I just need to get the wood and the story back. So this person is done. And this person comes home with a lesson learned. Very unfortunate. So, you fly away. Recipe book is gone. These will slide down. Let's see what we get. The bicycle and the tool shed. We already have a tool shed. The orchard. Alright. These locations will go away, and we are now into summer. I am doing horribly, in case you were wondering. And now, the locations will offer different things. We're starting to see more wheat out in the fields, and we're starting to see more wood out in the fields. Just a little different arrangement of goods. Let's turn this before I forget. Let's turn this. All month long, a rock and a coin may be used as each other for any purpose. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm going here and getting some rock. These will slide down, and we will get a new item, and it's a flute. I think I probably need to try and focus on one of these, but we will see. So let me roll the dice. I've already planned one spot, but let me plan out the others. I have to really hope that this is not my last chance to get a story. So I think I'm going to go here. So it's 1, 2, 3 dice, 4, 5, 6. I would like to try to build something. I would like to try to pick up these. I don't know that this is going to work, but we will see. I'm really struggling. All right. Well, yeah, these 2 dice are equal. These 2 dice are equal. This is a 3, and this is a 5, and I actually got everywhere without needing a lesson learned. Oh my goodness. All right, so the 3 will get me 2 wood. Finally, getting some wood. Getting some actual good rolls. And this will get me a wood and a coin. And then here I will get 1 wheat and an apple. And here I will get 2 stones. And I can use the stones as coins this turn. So let me see. I don't have a lesson learned. Am I missing? Nope. I'm not missing that. And I'm missing 1 apple. I can build the rocking chair though, so we can get our points going. So at the end of my turn, I will build my rocking chair, and I can put this anywhere. Let's just move some of this stuff out of the way, put it up here. That will cost me 1, 2, 3 wood. Where did it go? And a little bit of wool for the seat. Now we've got some points going. And I think that's it. I've got the rocks, but I can't use them because I need a story. If I had a story, or if I had 1 more apple. Could have gone to the market, but not not this turn doing everything, so unfortunately I did not get to use this guy. So that will go away. Let's do this. The weather vane. That's always pretty cool. Let you lower and raise a die, one of these die by one. Immediately in turn order, each player may claim a face-up comfort from the owl's nest, then refill the owl's nest. Okay, I need to actually upkeep the owl's nest first, which means this. Let me go ahead and do all the upkeep. Maybe I should do this last. Who knows? And no story opportunity right there. That's unfortunate, because I'm going to need at least one. And with my almanac, I really want to get another one to put on the quilt. So I hope I didn't mess up last turn not getting it. Now this, I'm close to being able to build. So I think I'll take this one for free. These will slide down. And I do that because of the villager that showed up, or the inn guest. All right. On we go. That is not looking great. Don't really need a lot of wheat. Let's see. I need a story. And I need 2 apples, a wood, and some wheat. So I can definitely go here. Or not wheat, but I need 2 apples and I need a wood. That is 3 coins if you get 3 the same. Well, let's go there. So that's 3 dice. This will be 4 dice. So I need places that use 1 die. This guy will use 1 die. I can get a coin or something, or maybe get some lessons learned. Ooh, I could actually get, if with a 6, I could turn one of these into my books I need. Nice, nice. So that'll be good. Let's see. I've got all this extra stuff here. Will that build me anything? See, the wheelbarrow would be nice, but I'm short of wood. Short 2 wood. I'm going for some wood there. Yeah, that might be pretty good. Extra from the valley or river. Extra. Wow, okay. I really want the almanac though. Permanent lesson learned. The way I've been rolling. But maybe I don't get it this turn. Maybe I go for the wheelbarrow and be done. Let's see. May not work out because you see how I've been rolling and how poorly I've been playing. So, want one of these 6s here. Boom. Only need a 1 here. I need 3 dice that add up to 11 or higher. So I can use these 3 and I can go here, and I can't believe I succeeded everywhere. Now you can resolve these in any order, so let's resolve this one. He will get me 3 wood and an apple, which is just amazing. Then I will have this fellow visit the inn, where I will turn in these 2 to get 2 stories. I told him about my lessons learned, and I guess he jotted them down with some embellishments and made them into little stories for me. And so now, yeah, excellent. Now let's go here. Bring this fellow home. I'm going to build a wheelbarrow, so I get the wheelbarrow token. Yay! That's going to cost me 2 of that fresh wood and a coin. But that is also 4 points I just uncovered. Excellent. And now we go here. Now, if you remember, because of the scale, I get to do a 1-to-1 trade first before I do anything. Now, let's see. I have everything I need there. I have everything I need there. And I'll be able to do that. So I have the wood. So I need an apple and some cloth. So I think what I'm going to do is with my 1-to-1, I'm going to trade this wool or this wheat for a wool. 1-to-1. Then I think I could get an apple and build all those right now, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to trade in these two of the same for anything, and get me another one of these. And I should be good to go for the rest of the game on the wool. Hopefully that was not a mistake, but we will see. Because remember, these are not considered good, so you cannot trade for them unless it specifically says 3 of anything for 1 coin or 1 coin for anything. So that was actually a pretty decent turn. So let me start here with the easy stuff. Right? Let's get all this stuff out of the way. So, 4 wheat. There we go. Wood, 2 apples, and a coin. This fellow will say goodbye. The tool shed will go by. And what did we get? Nope. Don't need another weather vane. Don't need another bicycle. Don't need another wheelbarrow. Herb garden is other players. Barrel sauna is other players. I think we're getting to the... That's an orchard. I think we're getting to the end of the cards. Let's see. Guest cottage. And the almanac. And the writing desk is other players. And the umbrella we've already had. So that's it. These are all of the... For the rest of the game, these are the... And I may have already had the guest cottage. Because I don't see it. So yeah, this is gone too. So these are it. This is it for the rest of the game. If I want to build something else, and I really want to build the almanac, even though it's late in the game. Don't know if it'll be any good to do this late. Plus I got rid of all my coins. So the weather vane would be good, but it needs a coin. The orchard would be easy. So would the bicycle. Oh, that's pretty neat. The bicycle will let you move one of your workers to a new location. So after you've seen the white dice rolled and you're getting ready to resolve your turn, you could move one of your workers that didn't make it. That's pretty cool. And that's just 2 wood and a rock. That might be the way to go. All right. We got 2 threes. Let's see who we have. We have the turkey. After rolling the family dice, each player may change one of their own family dice to any result they wish. Well, isn't that lovely? I've got 2 threes, so 10 or higher, all even, a 4 or higher, all even. So my dice are not going to be good for that. One of the dice would be good for 2 stone if I wanted stone. What do I get here? I get a card and a story for a 1. Huh. So, you know, my scale will let me trade 1 item for 1 item for free. This right here with the turkey. If you visit the turkey by using a 4, 5, or 6 die, then you can change a good as many times as you want for other goods. That's pretty cool. Alright. Any die will work here if I want to get the almanac or the bicycle, basically. I need all evens. I need tens or higher. I need all evens. So let's just go ahead and turn one of these into a 6. I think that's just the smartest thing to do, right? And let's see where we're going to go. I would really love to get some more goods, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I need stories. Story would be a 1. I guess I could go here just in case I somehow roll a 1. But I don't think so. So I need all evens. And then I need, see, it's 3, there's 4. So 2 more dice. So do I just go rock and I just forget about the almanac and try to go for the bicycle maybe? So let's go there. Let's go 3, 4, 5, 6 and just try to get some goods. I don't really know. Unfortunate. And I don't have a lesson learned, so I cannot get this one because I did not roll enough evens. That's so unfortunate. Well, he can go here. You can go there. I can't get what I want here. So I guess I go like that and get me some goods that way. That probably would have been, instead of going there, I should have gone there. Yeah, because I'm going to get some stuff there from the turkey. The turkey's really good. Now, one thing I do want to clarify before I move on is this question mark actually means it depends on what die you use. So if you use a 4 right here to visit him, then you can take any 4 items and change them for any 4 items. You can do it up to 4 times or up to 5 times or up to 6 times. And I do believe this says if you visit with a 2 or a 3, you get all of those. I don't think it means the choice. Let me double check. Could not find for sure real quick, and there's no slash line like to choose. And everywhere else where it has doubles, it'd be like double mushroom or double apple, and they're stacked on top of each other. But I do believe that is what that means. So let's start here. And if I do that wrong and I'm cheating now, then I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure that's the way we played it in our 3-player game. So I get an apple and a wheat and a mushroom. Then this box will get me 2 stones. So I'm doing good on resources. This fellow will come home with a piece of wood, which is handy. And this person will fail. So they will come home with a lesson learned. They're getting scolded by everybody because they failed. They were the only one to fail that month. Alright. Somebody can go back and watch the video and see if perhaps that's the guy that's failed the most. But just kidding. Alright. So now it is my turn to build, or I guess construct if I want. So let's construct a quilt. So I have a story and a coin and some wool. And I think I have enough stuff to build the pot of tea. So I have 2 apples and a coin. And I got the rocking chair, so that's extra points. And let's see, the muffler. Do I have enough for the muffler? I think I do now. I have a piece of wood. I have a wool. And I have an apple. And, ooh, there we go. So I got all of my cards built or constructed. That was not too bad, even though I failed that. Because I really would have liked to have got the almanac. But, oh well. let's see. I don't need this lesson learned. I don't think the lesson learned is here. So right here it says, you may store one lesson learned on each of your clothing comforts. And this will add 4 points. So instead of this being worth 2 or 3 at the end of the game, it will be worth 4. So let's just put that for now right there on my quilt. And we will clean up and do upkeep. Turkey was cool. He's gone. And these will just slide down. These will go away. We have 2 more turns here. So there's a lesson learned. I don't know that I need it. I've got some stuff there. I might could try to do something else. Let's see. I've got some, and I forgot to use this wheelbarrow. I should have taken it to the river with me and gotten another stone. So I'm going to rewind that. All right. So wheat, mushroom, that's not going to help me down here. I do have this, and I could get another wool easy enough, so I could build some snowshoes, and that'd be 6 points. That's not bad. And if I went down here, I would need a stone and some more wood if I wanted to get the bicycle. That might not be too bad. I know it's late in the game, but it still would be 2 points. Or I could go here. Can I get a coin this turn? Well, let's first see who the villager visitor is. All month long, workers may not be sent to the forest locations. On your turn, you may assign dice to resolve the forest locations as if you had sent a worker there. Huh. But on your turn, you may assign dice to resolve forest locations. That's kind of neat. And that's the Harton. Okay. All right. So, cannot go to the forest, but we can put dice there just as if. Huh. Okay. Well, let's roll our dice and see what we might want to do. I really think I want to try to get the snowshoes. Now this here, it's face up. That means these you draw blind. This would let you get a card. And I think I want to try to go for the snowshoes because I think I'm only, let's see, 1 wool away. And then over here I'd be 1 wood away. Yeah. So I need a wood and a wool. Well, I can get a wool there. I need wood. I can't go there, but he's going to let me do that as if I'd gone there. So that's 1, 2, 3 dice is all. And so I could go here, and that'd be 4 dice. And then I could resolve this 5, 6. Or do I risk it and go right there? I've already got the 5, so let's do it. Let's do it. I don't really need any more rocks. And since that is the valley location, I will take the wheelbarrow with me. Let me double check. I may be messing that up. Each month you may place it with a worker in the valley or river, and that worker collects 1 extra good. Oh. Nope. Won't work because that is not a, that is one of these. It's not one of those. But that's going to get me 4 points. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. I would like to, that would be nice. But I don't think I'll need to do it. So, let's go. Let's see what we get. Let's see if we're able to succeed. For instance, both of these are even. I can resolve that, according to him. I can resolve the forest location using the dice without having sent a worker there. So that is cool. That is a 5. This is a 1. This is a 1. This is a 2. Doesn't really matter. That worked out amazingly. Didn't get to use my wheelbarrow, but that's okay. So let's bring this fella home. And let's go ahead and get a wood and 2 mushrooms. And let's go ahead and get this card, snowshoes. And let's go ahead and get this fellow who's going to build the bicycle. It needs 2 wood and a stone. Not a problem. And that is the last item that I can build, because that is the last little hut I have to show ownership. And technically at the end of the round, well, we'll deal with that at the end. So now I go here. So I get to start off, I get to do a single trade. So let's trade let's trade this wheat for a wood. That is with my scale a 1 to 1. Then I will go any 2 goods that are equal or the same. I'm sorry. So 2 stones and take a wool. And I will take that wool and this wood to build my snowshoes. That is 6 more points at the end of the game. Okay. And this fellow is done trading at the market, I believe. Is he done? Technically, I wasn't supposed to build that until he came home, but yeah, let's go ahead. I think I'll hold on to all this, and then I will use my pattern book to sew some lovely memories and patterns into my scarf, or my muffler, they call it. Yeah. So this would be discarded. This would slide down, but I can't really build anymore, so there's no need for this to even be there. The weather vane, I can't go there. That'd be a wasted action. So we'll just get rid of that. These will slide down. This will slide down. He will leave. These will leave, and this is the last turn of the game, and we will see if we are prepared for winter or not. Now there are a few extra visitors. That's okay. You won't go through all of them in the game, and in fact, you saw we discarded 3, so you won't go through all of them in a long game. The beginner learner game, they tell you to remove 1 spring and 1 summer for each, so you have 6 rounds. I would say don't even worry about it, because after you've played 1 round, you know how to play the full game. Play all 8 rounds. So we have the bear. Let's see what the bear says. All month long, all 4 valley locations provide an apple in addition to what they show. Place an apple from the supply in each location as a reminder. Okay. Now, the valley locations are here. You have the forest and the fields, or the meadow. So now I could have used this in the forest last turn, but I didn't send a worker. This has to go with a worker. So, all right. So let's just do that. See if I could build some stew, because I've got 3 mushrooms. I only need 1 more mushroom. There's a mushroom right there. That would not be too bad. Let me roll my family dice and start planning. Any die could go there. So there is some stew. I was not able to build the socks, so there's no need to go for the skates. They cost 2 coins anyway. So, mushroom stew. I like a good beef vegetable stew, but mushroom stew doesn't sound too bad either. Let's see. I could get a storybook with a 4 or 5. I have a 5. turn apples into coins. Maybe we do that because I know I'm not going over here. I definitely need a mushroom, so we're definitely going here. We need a total of 5 or lower with 2 dice. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 3 dice with a total of 6 or lower to get 2 stories. I think I'd be better off going here and just getting me a storybook. Guaranteeing it. I do have 1 lesson learned. Huh. Trying to see what might get me the most points. Don't see me getting 2 coins unless I turn in a bunch of apples. I'm going to get 1 apple. I don't have an apple, but I could go here and I could get 1, 2, 3 apples with 2 equal dice. Then go here, turn those into coins, and I could build the skates, which would be 1 extra point over the stew, but I already have the stew. Or I could just go and draw random. I could draw random and hope to Oh yeah, but I need a mushroom for this. I'm 1 mushroom short. If I do that. I'm going to pause and think about this for a second because I want to see 2 points, or do I go for 6 points? Pass up on the stew, or do I? If I go there, I might could get both. Now I'm going to be a coin short. I think I've made my decision. We're going to move this fellow back here. Because if I get a book that's 2 and build the stew that's 7. Now if I go here I can get the apples. And then I can turn these apples into coins to build the skates, but I would also need to trade to get the wool. So that'd be 6 points. And it would take me all 3 apples. And it would come out the same. So I think this way I can actually come out a little bit ahead. Then I'm going to have some leftover goods. I don't really know what to do with those. I'd have a wood, a mushroom, and an apple left over. So see, that's going to take 2, 3, 4 dice. So I'm only going to have 2 dice left. Ooh, or if I go here, but this only lets me draw 1 card. And that apple pie, that's only worth 4 points. It's a lot of goods though. So let's just do this because that'll be a lot of goods in my hand. That'll be possible points at the end of the game. Let's see how it goes. Last turn of the game. We want a 7 or lower with 2 dice. Well, let's just do that. Nope, we won't want to do that. Let's go 5, 6, and we'll learn our lesson. Do a 7. And then I think I'll take the wheelbarrow up here. Why not? Let's just do that. So we want 5 or lower, so we'll do the 4 and the 1, and then the 5 and the 5, and I think that will work. So let's start right here. So this fellow here is going to get me an apple and 2 mushrooms and a wood. Yay. This fellow will pick up any card that's face up. So I'll take the stew. And technically at the end of my turn, I would flip another card so that other people could get cards. Let's just go ahead and go here. I spin this, get him home, and I will get an apple and 2 more apples and 2 wheat, and I think let's just grab another wheat with the wheelbarrow. Why not? And then this good fellow will go to see the bear, and unfortunately, if I had a 6 here, I could have turned those 3 apples into 3 points. Coins are 1 point each. But instead, I'm just going to get a story. That's 2 points. Alright. Let's go ahead and build our stew for 4 mushrooms. Looks like they would have made you put an apple in there to represent like a tomato. Do like a... Because I think technically these are supposed to be veggies and those are supposed to be fruit, but there we go. That's 5, 6, 7 points. If I could have gotten a 6, I could have turned these in. And so anyway, so that is the end of my turn. We're supposed to upkeep, but it's the end of the game, so we don't need to do that. So let me just get this over here. Put my wheelbarrow back over here, and I built 4 items. So if you look right there at the left of the board, there is an arrow going up. So you're supposed to do this one first. So the first one you build gets you a point, then 2, then 4, then the last one's only worth 1 point. But if we flip this over, ta-da, we can do our in-game scoring. Now it might be hard to see way up there, but you have a 1 and it snakes around. So let's just start here with the easy points. These this one will give me extra points there, but these don't have points based on things I built or other players. It's just 2, 3, 6, 8. So let's just move my little fella right there on the 8. Might be hard to see there on camera, but you can see the brighter number is a 10, so that you know I'm not cheating. There we go. Now let's go to these. Now I'm going to remove my 2 lessons learned for now. So we have the rocking chair. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it says if you have the quilt, that's 2 more. Well, I do have the quilt, so 1, 2. And the quilt itself is worth 7, so that's 5, 6, 7. So we're at 22. Then we have 4 for the teapot. And it says if you have the rocking chair, 2 more. Yes, we have the rocking chair. We got some good early draws. Then I have the muffler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the snowshoes for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have the stew for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says if you baked bread, you also get 2 more, but we did not. Now, the pattern book. It says that you may store a story on each of your clothing comforts, and this story will add 4 points to the comfort score. Now, if you remember, these are normally worth 2 points at the end of the game in your hand, but I wove 1 into the muffler, and I wove 1 into the quilt, so that is 8 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are at 52 currently. Then, let's see, we've done our comforts and our improvements. Let's see, oh yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so we get 8 more. And then we need to do our leftover resources. Well, this is 2. That's 2 points. Coins are 1. I don't have any. And then every 3 goods of any kind is a point. So that's 1 point. That's a point. And I happen to have exactly 9 goods for another point. So we're setting at 65. That does not look bad at all. And is that all of my points? I think it is. I think it's a pretty good score. Now, we have some special rules for the single player mode, adventure mode. So, which comfort type did you craft the most of? And if it's a tie, you choose the tie. Let's see. And I had no leftover cards even, so that's kind of neat. So let me move these out of the way. So we have one food and one outdoor snow. Then we have clothing. This isn't technically food. I don't know if this, because the pot of tea is more like the china, but it doesn't count as food. Then we have a clothing, and then we have another furniture. So I guess those two would kind of be furniture, and these two would be clothing. So I need to see if furniture is even an option. If not, then we're going with the clothing, right? So, and it only judges by the symbols. So we didn't do any candles or fireplaces or anything. So we are snugly. We are going to be snugly this winter. How many comforts did you craft? Well, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it says we're prepared. Oh, I could not get one more. That's a shame. How many improvements did you build? We built all 4, so we're a protector. And it says, what was your final score? We got a 65 of the village. One more point, we would have been from Maple Village, but we're of the village. So we are a snugly prepared protector of the village. Not bad. 65 points. I actually don't think that's too bad in the solo mode, considering how poorly I rode early on. Now, the first game I ever played was a 2-player game with my son. We both scored in the mid-high 50s. So this is an improvement. But in the 3-player game, you have more cards out that will score off of other people, like stuff that other people built. And so we scored in the 80s. I scored 89. But I think that is pretty cool. That was really fun. So I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope this is getting you ready to get all cozy and warm with some board games this winter. So thanks for joining in, everyone. Thanks for watching. And please stay safe, stay healthy, and may God bless you.